Hello and welcome to a day of yoga. This is the last of 4 practices designed to add a little bit of yoga into your daily life. So final practice, this is a real end of day wind down. It's going to be entirely floor based. If you like extra cushioning, you might like to lay a blanket down on top of your mat. Once you've got yourself set up with a little bit of space around your mat ideally, we're going to come on down to lie and we're going to place the soles of the feet just beyond the edge of your mat. Once you've found that shape, release on down. You can use the elbows, the forearms to support. Let the weight of the skull meet the ground, lift and lower through the pelvis. Wiggle the shoulder blades down the back and bring the hands to rest anywhere that feels supportive for you. I'm going to place hands to belly. That feels quite nice in this moment. Maybe eyes closed. Jaw softens. Muscles of the face can widen as well. You might like to take a sigh out through the mouth. Take that 2 more times, whole body breathing in. And whole body sighing out. One more time. Let the lips close. The breath returns to an easy pace in and out through the nose. Can be this very gradual arrival in the practice. Sometimes we imagine it's kind of like an on-off switch. Doing yoga, not doing yoga. But actually, maybe it's a little bit more like a radio dial. So kind of tune into the station. We might hear a little bit of sound, a little bit of tuning in. We might lose it and come back. Slowly, slowly in these first moments of practice, we very gradually arrive. Arriving to breath, arriving to the feeling of the body. And arriving into our connection to ground, knowing that so often gets lost during our day. Oh, here it is, coming back. Make the arms out wide to shoulder height, backs of hands release down. Palms face up, and you can imagine there's 2 soft weights in each hand. Keep the left foot pressing down towards the ground, but come to float the right leg all the way up towards the sky. And here the invitation is to stretch and wriggle through the toes, the ankle. You could take a circling one way and the other. Particularly if you've been wearing shoes or walking in slightly tight shoes for the day, this could feel really nice just to get into the more niggly spaces in the foot. Once you've taken that a couple of times, you're going to now imagine that there's strings at each toe tip of the right foot. The strings creating a sense of light suspension through the right leg. As you next exhale, imagine those strings are cut. Snip, the knee bends, the right foot finds the ground and then slides away out long. We're going to repeat with the breath as you inhale, right leg reaches up, strings at the toe tips as you exhale. Release, find the ground, take that 3 more times, and this is one of those exercises that you can be as loud as you like. 2 more. Really let go on the out breath, last round. Next time the right leg slides away, keep the right leg long. Roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Let the feet relax, slide the arms up and overhead. Not reaching so much that it becomes uncomfortable in the shoulders, but just reaching out enough to feel a little bit of space through the sides of the lungs. And we'll spend 5 breaths here. We're in a supine tree shape. You might be familiar with this pose from a more dynamic practice, standing, balancing on one foot. How does this shape feel? Really quite different, having such a wide surface area of the body on the ground. Return sole of left foot towards the mat. Start to press down through the left foot and use that pressing of the left foot to begin to roll onto the right side body, and then change your mind, come back the way you came. Take this 2 or 3 more times. There's this real washing feeling, pressing the earth in order to roll through the organs, the tissues. Next time you press down through the left foot, keep rolling. Keep the left knee bent, sliding the left knee alongside you, and come to take a half sphinx shape. We have the opportunity to adjust if you'd like a slightly moderate gesture in the lower back. Slide the elbows a little bit further away. You're going to reduce that angle in the lower back. If you'd like a little bit more lift, the elbows could slide just underneath the line of the shoulders. Let the gaze start to look forwards, and you could picture this horizon line just ahead. As you breathe in, you might look up a little bit. As you breathe out, maybe rolling chin to chest and letting the back body widen. Move with your breath, taking this quiet lift and lower. Maybe pausing at the end of each out breath. And at the top of each in-breath, creating these little moments to pause. Move through center, take a breath in and out. Take the right arm underneath the left, little figure of 4 shape with the arms, and then roll your way onto the back body. Like the left knee in towards the chest, take a squeeze of thigh to belly. Let the weight of the left leg pour down. And so your next inhale, release the left leg. Reach arms up and overhead, reach 2 legs long, find space through the side body, and then as you exhale, hug the right knee in towards the chest. We're going to move with breath now. As you inhale, reach long. Toes and fingertips stretch in opposite directions as you exhale, hugging in. Find your pace. Again, those little pauses that we can find in each and every round of breath. And creating a bit of space between our movements. It can feel like a bit of space between our thoughts as well. Next time the right knee hugs in. Pause. Lower the right foot down towards the ground. Reach the arms out wide at shoulder height. And then float the left leg up. Get really curious about the way the left foot meets space. Stretching, yawning, wriggling, rolling, circling. Might be little clicks and clunks that want to come out. And then once you've taken those rolls, pause in center. See if you could picture the strings at the left toe tips lifting up. At the same time, the left thigh bone plugs right back in to the left side pelvis. Full breath in, feel the suspension in the pause at the top of the breath. And then as you exhale, strings are cut. Left foot finds ground, gravity moves through. Take that 4 more times, breathing in. Little moment to pause and then breathing out. Release. 3 more. Last round. Pause, pause, pause at the top. And then let go. Each out breath an opportunity to release. Keep the left leg long. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Take supine tree. Let the back body soften in. You could imagine the body is resting into a surface like clay, soil, something. It's a little bit malleable. Full breath out. Before returning, sole of right foot to ground. Arm stretch up and overhead, sole of right foot presses down, and it's that pressing of the right foot that starts a roll and a return. A few more times, pressing foot to ground, rolling, 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 and then change your mind, come back the way you came. A couple of times, really feel the left side lung, left side ribs, this area of the body that doesn't often get to make contact with ground. It's usually kind of hidden behind our arms, so really let it almost massage into the ground. Next time you roll, build enough momentum to come all the way onto the belly. Slide the right leg alongside you and again adjust. Find that position for the elbows that allows a sense of support through the lower back. Gaze looks forwards. And as you breathe out, you might nod chin to chest. This time take a little half circle movement, right ear to right shoulder. Roll the chin back through center and then take the left ear towards the left shoulder. Take this a couple of times, moving as slowly as you like, using the weight of the skull, the weight of the brain to create a sense of release and softness through the neck. An area that so often gets a little bit tight and tender by the end of the day. We don't have to hold our head up anymore in this practice. We're letting gravity move through. Next time, chin rolls to chest will be the last, and as you inhale, slowly come back. Take the left arm underneath the right. It's that figure of four shape that guides you back towards the back body. Hug the right knee in, take a squeeze, thigh to belly. 3 full breaths here, left leg long. Right leg hugging in. When you're ready, release the right leg. Come to find your Shavasana. This might mean legs extended long, arms alongside you. You might prefer to rest the palms on the body. Sometimes that feels a little bit more comforting. At the end of the practice, you decide. Once you've made any adjustments you need to feel the support of the ground beneath you, to soften the effort, let the body meet the ground, and let the ground simultaneously receive the body. Shavasana, this moment in our practice, it's less about doing. There's nothing that we need to achieve in this shape, but it's much more on that receptive side. And spend a few more breaths here. And if you'd like to close this practice in your own time, you're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. And if you'd like to come on back to close together, you could start by opening hands, feet, maybe connecting the thumbs to each of the digits of the hand. And you might take that reach and stretch of arms up and overhead. You could also hug knees to chest and maybe have a little rock and roll for the back body. And use that rocking and rolling to come to one side. Maybe you pause on the side body for a moment or two. Again, that space of the ribs, finding ground. Maybe there's a feeling from the practice to carry with you. As you inhale. Use the hands to support and find your way back. And close in any seated shape. Feeling vertical axis through the spines feels a little bit different now. What's the feeling of the body after that practice? The station is always there to tune into. It just takes a bit of time to find sometimes. And closing the practice however you wish, maybe hands to heart. Maybe Anjali Mudra in prayer. Easing back. When you're ready, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.